Hey, it's Sam. I'm popping in at the top here because this is our last episode in the story arc. I generally don't love promotion or social media. Fuck all these billionaires and simpering wannabe feudal tech lords that are like bending the knee to the stupid blind idiot god currently in power. I mean, really, a lot of what I've written is working through some feelings about living in a post-empathy world that they seem to be hell-bent on trying to create. But with this story arc done, I kind of feel like this is more of a real thing. So I thought I'd try my hand at being a real podcaster game mom. It means a lot to us if you leave us 5 stars on whatever you use to listen to us, or even better, a comment extolling the virtues of the podcast and the countless ways it's utterly changed your life. We've got a little Discord now. I'm about to post some weird fiction short stories I'm writing there. We also have an Instagram that Aubrey updates with pictures of us sometimes. The links to both of those are in the show notes. I'm working on editing and musicking FP's intro scenario from like 4 years ago when we were all little babies. Then we'll also have some improv one-shots that we've been recording over the last few years that will get released. I truly cannot express how meaningful it is to me to have anyone listen to something that we all made. It blows my mind whenever I think about it, so thank you. You specifically, whom or whatever you are.
Hey there, little friend. You traveling without moving too?
In a sense, I suppose. You don't seem surprised I can talk.
What's to be surprised about a talking cicada while I'm cruising on Lakeshore Drive?
Fair enough. I'm not actually a cicada, you know?
Oh, no?
No. I'm the consciousness of a dying man projected into a cicada.
That's a new twist, I guess. What's your name, dead man?
I don't remember.
I know the feeling. Can I call you Kermit?
That's as good a name as any, I suppose. It's calming. I like that. What's your name, traveler?
It's Glenn.
Nice to meet you, Glenn.
Want to talk about it?
Talk about what?
Oh, the dying.
I think I'm looking forward to it.
Another twist.
Don't get me wrong. It's not that I want to die, but I'm in my late 70s, and I'm dying anyway. It'd be nice to say that I've lived a good life, but frankly, it's been pretty horrific for a long time now.
Any of that horror you want to get off your chest? I'm a clergyman of sorts.
You know, it started with the standard stuff. Abusive dad, swearing I wouldn't be the same as him when I grew up. Then, life did what it will do. It beat me down, you know? And the chaos and the pain. You forget who you wanted to be when you were young. Next thing you know, you're an adult. You're committing the same sins your father did. And worse. And worst of all, you feel like you don't know how to get back to who you wanted to be.
Yeah, that's hard.
Not only did I lay my hands on my son, I made deals with demons, Glenn. Real demons. Demons from other worlds, other universes. The thing is, I'm as much of a monster as any of them. I'm pretty sure I drove my son mad. At least indirectly, if not directly. And now he's killed his son, my grandson. And I suspect he's going to die soon too. I destroyed and consumed the lives of people, families, generations even. The damage I've done will go on even after my death.
Kermit, the way you said that you're a dying man earlier, it sounds like you're imminently dying. So why add in that you're dying already?
I guess I knew I was dying slowly, but now something seems to have accelerated my slow plod to a sprint.
Sounds like that's a good thing?
I don't know. I felt a sharp pain in my chest. Then I saw two men in my mind. One tall and skeletal. The other, I guess he looked like my dad, but with a kinder face. They said my mom would be proud of me for trying to carry on, despite the pain and fear. They asked me about the Hall of Memories and the masked rider at the far end. I answered their questions. Then they asked me to see a memory from the first time I met the rider. After that, everything, well, I just don't know. I think they talked to the rider, but it's hard to stay focused when you've got dementia, you know?
That all sounds emotionally painful. You're too small to hug, but do cicadas like a good scratch behind their wings?
That is good. A good back scratch. I guess you can have pleasant experiences even moments before death.
Is this all happening now?
I think so. I can still feel the tall man and the kind dad doing something in my mind.
How long do you think you have?
Minutes? I can't feel my body anymore. My human body, that is. But I still feel like I'm moving closer. Closer to here.
To my house?
I think so. Well, thank you, Glenn. I think that's my signal to go. It was nice to be outside, to feel the air, hear some good tunes, and talk with a fellow open-minded human being one last time. Something tells me you'll be seeing me soon, but I doubt I'll see you again.
You too, Kermit. Hope your death goes well.
Thanks. I think it's going to be peaceful to leave this all behind.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say is as you guys have watched Harrow II fall through that door and holding hands you have approached this thing, what you start noticing, well, actually, can you both give me an alertness to start off?
So
I pass.
35 on a 20.
12 out of
Let's go.
72.
You guys are standing in front of this thing. It is, again, this thin, sickly, large, white, humanoid-shaped creature, right? It has that weird, almost like tentacle-like, or I wouldn't even say tentacle. It's almost like fleshy appendage that's coming out of its right side, going into its right arm, going off into the void. You guys are standing in this kind of ever-shifting room at the end of a hallway that has no ceiling, and instead it's staring out into a black void of space. That appendage seems to stretch miles and miles and miles away until you can't see it anymore. It's like glints out into existence. What Fredrickson notices during this period of time is that there are the beginnings of, and these walls, so the walls are ever shifting back and forth, right? We talked about they're shifting from like
behind it?
But everywhere. There's walls everywhere, remember?
Right.
And the walls are shifting between like, you know, an old-timey house
Oh,
to
right.
like
So like
hieroglyphs to like
the coral
to the
kind
coral,
of like, yeah. Okay, that's right.
And so it's kind of this thing where every time you look a different way, it's changed a little bit. But what you do notice is there are cracks that are starting to form in the walls themselves. They start small, like from the foundations, and start to you can see them getting bigger and bigger as they crack through the side. And then what you also notice is that you can feel the ground, like a quick tremble in the ground.
Is that as we get closer to the thing or everywhere?
It's everywhere.
Okay.
You're feeling that through this whole hallway expanse, basically, as if the ground is slowly shifting a little bit. And standing in front of you is this 15-foot tall, ivory bone white, lanky, skeleton-like thing with this flesh stretched tautly over it. It's writhing. You can see what you thought initially were muscles twitching, but it's actually worm-like things, almost like it's a bag of leeches or worms moving around. And it has this large, tapering-backed, smooth, elongated head that's also gleaming bone white. And then it has this blackened right hand, right? And then it's got the black, almost ink spot-like mask that is the exact same as the mask that you guys touched on Harrow's face. And then this long, muscular appendage coming out and stretching into space, like a puppet is how I described it, dancing on a string. Its feet aren't touching the floor. And as you guys approached it, I think what you heard it say is, what was the voice? Yeah. Can you hear that? Okay.
What was the word you said, though?
Hello. So let's try this and see if I can do this, because I want it to be strange.
Meat. Little men with little minds touched by the frequency. Your tuning fork's humming, I can hear that. You love the frequency, don't you,
There's a moment of silence as you guys kind of hear it say that. Its mouth is not moving with the words. It's almost like its mouth, which is a hole, right, with these leech-like teeth or lamprey-like teeth around it. It seems to kind of just be floating there slowly, making sucking motions, and the noises are emanating from your head.
Oh, it's not here, is it? The shard. Cold now, dumb, but once it was part of a lock. A hush, the key, and it's doling the frequencies. When you broke it from its setting, the silence bled, and you, clever meat men, carried a fleck of that blood here.
If you remember, it was emanating feelings almost. It was emanating curiosity. It's like a bored curiosity. And what I would actually probably describe it as is a cat that has found a cockroach.
Yes.
And has played with it and is now kind of getting ready to be I'm done. Not that there's impending danger you get from that, but just something that knows it could end everything right now if it wanted to, but also is just pretty bored of the situation. And I think it would be even more disconcerting that you guys are able to feel that kind of emotion emanating off of it, right? Because that's not a normal thing to feel emotions emanating off of something.
Harvey, do you have anything that you absolutely want to do?
Where is here? How do I get out of here? Yes.
Here is inside the mind of Matthew Harrow.
Okay.
You can leave whenever you want.
How?
Just say the word.
I look at Fruman. I'm ready to get the fuck out of here.
Does anything happen?
Do you nod along with that?
I think I look at Fruman to I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. Is there anything that you...
Well, so I'm wondering, I don't know, Sam, what you had planned, with the I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. And if it's just say the word and you're gone, Fruman would be there by himself. Because he is questioning, I have questions.
What I'll say is, given that you're getting emanations of feelings from this thing, and almost as if the words it's saying in your brain aren't the words, but they're pictures, right? And that's why it seems like it picks weird words, weird verbiage. The sense you get is that as you guys are holding hands, you both have to make a decision together.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too.
So it just sits silently kind of floating, and you can see it rustling almost if there's a wind, and there's absolutely no wind blowing.
I think that Fruman probably squeezes your hand harder, I understand that that's what you want to do, but I cannot. Who are you?
I'm merely a small piece.
You can see it kind of shiver, quake, do a little bit of a jerky movement.
Jerky moment.
The jerky moment. Jerky Boys moment. Which also, maybe we should do a Jerky Boys podcast.
Just a watching.
Yeah, a listen party.
Yeah.
Where we all listen to Jerky Boys. God, that sounds so good.
Answering machine. I'm a small piece. I'm here. You rang. And I may be a clever answering machine, but that's all I am.
Did we ring by touching the mask?
As you entered. By choice.
Every answering machine is connected to a phone number. Who are you answering messages for?
And I, under my breath, I whisper to myself, I'm like, the boy is so smart.
Look at the brains on him.
I'm but a piece, a shard.
And then you can feel in both of your brains a migraine that kind of moves from back to front, side to side, as if you're being searched a little bit. And then he's like,
Boatheads.
Why are you in the mind of Matthew Harrow?
The sons called me.
Who are the sons?
Well, they're my sons, aren't they? They called me and I answered, and now I'm here. They wanted to know things, and I gave them that in exchange for a gift that allowed me to insert myself in them.
What
Why
did
would
they
you
want
want
to
that?
know?
that's when, instead of answering it, you get the flashes, right, of the news reports about the protein folding. You get Matthew Harrow III, giving a speech about things. There's this flash forward. And then there's a split second where it pushes further forward, right? And instead of Matthew Harrow being bound, hogtied and gagged and listening to the cicada stuff from the talk boy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
instead of that being his future, you see a future where he starts ascending further and further up the ranks of kind of scientific endeavors.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually he's named, the head of
Like in the government and
in
stuff,
the government,
yeah.
he's like becomes Fauci more or less and whatnot.
And then gets fired by fucking Trump.
and then RFK.
Be like,
he
hey,
becomes
do you want to go work
RFK.
for the Indian Health Services? Which, again, they need more help, but maybe not the top person at NIAID.
Yeah. I don't know how that person's skills are really helping them, to be completely honest.
She is a
So-
badass, though.
Sure, but I don't know how those specific skills are helping them. So that's,
Correct.
I guess, my confusion on that one. Fauci's probably a badass physician scientist, but I don't know if I'd want him to be the one intubating me, right? So
Right.
That's
Correct.
kind of the thing. But no, you get this sense of of a future that could be, and it's almost like a dreamlike state, and it's instantaneous, yet feels like you're watching a soap opera unfold, and then it pop, and you're back standing in front of this thing.
Well, why do you want to be here?
Oh, they offered me things. They offered me a chance to ride through them. I was able to insert myself.
Why is that desirable?
There's no way for you to understand this.
And then there is a split second of both of you, and you are catapulted through what looks like a giant forest, that's like a jungle, that's like a arid mesa, that's like you are shooting through the stars, that you have now hit on like a gaseous planet, and it's these flurry of images of things that are so outside of your ability to comprehend. What it does give you, though, is that this is something so old that you have trouble even comprehending anything that it could want or need or desire at all.
Okay.
Except one thing, and that's for it to insert itself into other human beings. There is
Okay.
a desire to insert itself, and not even in other human beings, but in other things.
So it doesn't even have to be human.
No.
Do we understand how it works? With the feeling?
Yes. So the feeling is more nebulous. It is nebulous to the point of how it works almost becomes immaterial to the fact that it is inserting itself into things. It is the archetypal idea of riding, the horse into battle. It is the archetypal idea, right, of like an X and Y chromosome. It's like it's fundamental kind of idea of something that it doesn't matter how it works on individual levels. It doesn't matter how it works with you. It doesn't matter how it works with Harrow, and it doesn't matter how it works with the fungi from Yugoth. It's the physical act of doing it, I guess, is really what's important, or what it cares about and how this works. And so if you dropped an Alka-Seltzer into water, Like it loves that. Any form of being intermingled and writing it, that's what it wants to do.
RB, can I have a 30-second one-on-one with Sammy?
Yes. Can I ask a question before I forget
Yes.
it, though? This is Matthew Harrow the second's mind, and he's the one who I shot, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I think Fruman, like, with the understanding and, like, how much he desires the understanding about, like, peri-death, like, what happens with the mind and everything else.
Yeah.
I think that he's just, like, protein folding, predicting, like, how people interact with each other. Does he get the sense that, like, this is a contract? Like, when you
Yes.
agree to this, or is it a hostile takeover?
It's absolutely a contract. It is a contract, though, that you understand in the end you are going to lose from, but is absolutely a contract, right?
Because I think that, like, what Fruman wants to do, like, more than anything, I think he kind of wants to drop Frederickson's hand. You can maybe ask Aubrey what she would want to do about this, and sort of like walk up and touch this thing and say, like, you can have 48 hours of me and my mind and all of the things I've experienced with DG and death and the morgue and the autopsies and medicine. I want to know how Egbert plays into this, because, like, Fruman's, like, still, like, super conspiratorial about that.
Sure.
And then I want to know about why these people invoked you, and be like, for those two things, if this is a contract, I will do this.
When it was talking to both of you, you got the echoey feeling of both of you, right? Almost as if, like, it's echoing between your two heads. The minute that Fruman has that thought at all, there is a silence around you as it recognizes that.
A good dealer gives one for free.
And then there is a moment there where you have a flood of information that comes into your head from exactly what you asked, which I think we may go over, though. We may go over, though, once you guys are out of this situation. Actually, put your fingers in your ear. Give me another, like, 20 seconds or maybe a minute.
Okay.
Because I'll just tell you now.
Do you want to go upstairs?
Yeah.
33406310.
It should only be a couple minutes, Hobbs. Okay, so what specifically did you want to know? Because it's basically, I mean, metagaming wise, I think its whole deal is it is the archetypal drug dealer on the corner that knows if it gives you a free sample, you're gonna fucking come back for more. And so everybody gets one from old Bodis because he knows that you'll be back for things.
I fucking love this for Fruman, actually. Let me know if this is too, like, metagamey.
Yeah.
I think that Fruman, from the original conversation, was just like, Egbert knows something, because, like, we got the thing, we got the hard drive, we got the book, we, like, at this point, he's like, we fucking firebombed Springfield's house. Like, we've done, like, all of this shit. Like, what possibly could they want, and what did they know more? It's just like, I know Egbert knows something about this specific thing that, like, as I know this, I just want this to be done, is what I think that he thinks. He's just like, I just want to take Frederickson and my dipshit FP and to, like, go back to our RV. I'm fucking done. What else do I need to know, and why does Egbert, what is he not telling me to, like, fucking end this?
Yeah, I need 2 seconds to tell you, because that's an excellent question.
I truly just think that, like, Fruman's animus towards Egbert, and, like, we did the fucking thing that you told me to. I just want to go back to my morgue.
Yep.
Like, I think that, like, kind of clouds his
ability to do anything.
Not his ability to do anything, but it clouds his actions. I'm going to figure out how all this makes sense in, like, a scientific thing at some point. And he's, like, willing to, like, push the cart down the road.
Yeah.
Fine. Fuck. I'll play the game. But this motherfucker.
Yeah. So phrase that into one specific question that you ask. Because I think it's going to say...
Can we do a roll? I mean,
that's an excellent idea. A, I need you to phrase a specific question because it'll depend on how I answer it. And then B, I love the idea of a roll.
How do you feel about the contract part? I kind of want Fruman to be like, to drop the hand and like grab him and be like, all right, let's fucking do this. The contract can be bad going into it. Fruman thinks that this is like 12 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours, like whatever you want it to be. Or do you want me to absolutely not do that?
You may not want to do that right now, if I'm being completely honest with you.
Okay.
Because I think the contract is a lot. Well, you can do that, actually. If you want to do that, that's fine. If you want to do that, that's totally fine. It's totally fine. If you think that he would offer himself, describe what happens with you dropping the hand, reaching out, ask your question, and then we're going to do something. So go describe that to me, and then I'll tell you what happens.
As all of the thoughts enter Fruman's mind, he squeezes Fredrickson's hand one more time and releases his grip, takes a step forward and grabs the appendage of the alien white creature thing.
So we see Fruman and Fredrickson let go of each other. I'll have Aubrey describe Fredrickson in a second here. We see Fruman reach out towards this thing's blackened right hand. It mirrors that and comes up too. Its hand is much larger than your hand. The minute you guys touch, though, once again, snap, magic eye, you're sitting in your morgue.
Mm-hmm.
There is a metal table with a body in front of it. You have your white coat on. You have all of your implements in front of you. The body is laying there with the Y-shaped incision,
My
right?
God,
Organs have been
please have
taken
it be
out.
Egbert.
Oh, yes. That's excellent. Yeah, that's excellent. So the body, yes. You're sitting in front of it in your chair. You have your recorder, I guess. Or actually, you described to me what a normal autopsy would look like.
Fruman approaches the body and he sits down on a stool. There's a stainless steel tray next to the table. He clicks on his recorder that he's been using to talk to both Janine and everybody else, and he sets it to record. His instruments are in front of him, and he makes the Y incision to open up the body. Typically, he never looks at the face, but in this particular instance, he looks at the face.
Yeah, and I think what happens is that at first there's one single hanging light down, and it's like on the abdomen and torso, and you never look at the face really. And then that light kind of expands a little bit, and you can see that it is a corpse, and the corpse is Egbert, we'll say. I think Egbert turns to you, stares at you, and says,
Not gonna be just me having you for 48 hours. It's forever. That's the contract. I told you, I'm willing to give you something for free because I know you come back.
And Fruman, continues along with the autopsy, and so he Y incisions and he opens and he cracks the sternum and he weighs the heart, he weighs the liver, he does the staining for the histopath slides and all of the things. And so in this moment, he is doing all of the things that he would normally do. And he thinks to himself at the end, what's the freebie? He's like, I found nothing. And I think that he also, at the time, says, this man isn't dead. And is very confused by it because his desire to understand that line. He's like, wait, hold on. This man's not dead. I've taken out his heart, his liver, his everything.
yeah.
But Egbert's not dead.
And I think at the end of that, what ends up happening is that you finish up, Egbert's still staring at you as you were doing all of this stuff really with his roomy eyes, right? And after you were like, oh, I've done this autopsy, what you see inside of his body is similar pictures of Vietnam. And so you see Matthew Harrow II in Vietnam with Egbert. They're in old antique frames. You see further pictures in antique frames, and you're able to kind of, as lame as this is, it's like when a clown is pulling out, or a magician is pulling out scarves, right, from their sleeve or whatever. You're starting to pull out pictures And the first picture is Egbert with the Vietnam kind of mission. The second picture is Egbert with Matthew Harrow II, and they look to be in some sort of like cold climb. They're in, parkas together, and they're with a couple other people. You can see him executing two men in the snow. They're both on their knees. There's like a loud bam, it's like a moving picture in this antique frame. There's the loud pow of the gun and blood splatters across the snow. The next is West Virginia, and you actually see Harrow II with Egbert in West Virginia. The next picture you pull out of a frame is what looks like Egbert shaking hands with other men in suits. You know he's climbing the ranks of both the FBI and of the official program. And then that fades into a picture of Matthew Harrow II trying to set up his research lab, his biological research lab. And then I think the next frame, antique frame you pull out, shows both of them growing apart, right? So now it's Egbert at his FBI desk, now has like a nice big office in DC. You can see Harrow II has his own big desk mirroring that in the academic offices at the University of the Southwest. And the feeling you get is that they've split apart. And then the last, I think, picture you'll get from pulling out of Egbert's, abdominal cavity chest is one that is a future picture of Egbert. He looks older than what you guys remember, and he is standing at the grave of Matthew Harrow II. Again, you get the sense that this is like a different future than what could have happened, kind of. Going through those, what you see and what you get from that is that Egbert has no real idea that Harrow II and his DG agent he was a part of really knew each other. He did not know those two lives. Those were separate things that were developing, that he doesn't have an idea of what's going on at the University of the Southwest almost at all. What he does know, though, is that mask was found by his group, and that was an agent involved with finding and tasked with keeping the mask in safety. The other thing I'll tell you is that he didn't know that this was in New Mexico. He didn't know this was anywhere, really. He thought this was somewhere in a green box hidden, right? And so he was being truthful with you that he didn't know who this was, even though he knew who Agent
Grayson.
Yeah.
He knew Agent Grayson had the mask. He didn't know who Agent Grayson was. So when he sent you guys down here to do this, it wasn't like he had some idea that was what was going on, although he played a role in that mask being there. The next thing I think that you will get...
Can we pause real fast? So I think that for men... at this point would be no fucking shit. I thought that you were going to tell me stuff. You were talking about protein folding and how to predict behavior. I don't understand how people interact. You've given everybody all these wild intuitions. And so my thought with this is do you want to take him from a 10 to a 20 on human or something?
Ooh.
To be
I do love that. Actually.
Okay, yeah, I fucking knew all of that. And this is fucking Magic 8-Ball shit. Show me something that would actually blow my mind.
Okay.
And then I think that the blow my mind would be let me take your 11 in human
that
to
sounds good.
22
First
or
off,
whatever.
why don't you, do you have a D20 around you? Because let's just fucking roll a D20. And then I'm also going to give you one last thing with this.
That's a motherfucking 18.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, first off, what you get from this is that it provides you with a deeper understanding of human connection, quite honestly. As you see the living picture in this antique frame of Egbert weeping at the grave of who he knows as Agent Gregory, despite not knowing and despite sending you guys to kill him in this reality that you're dealing with, right? You get that that human empathy connection all of a sudden floods your neurons with this warmth that you feel, a sad warmth from that. The last thing I'm going to tell you is that what flashes before your eyes is a family tree, and that family tree shows Egbert. It shows Harrow II as branches, and those branches, they're at the end of the branches, right? And actually, you see the branches extend, and the pictures on those branches from Egbert are you, FP, and Fredrickson, and you guys are now at the end of that branch. But you're able to quickly trace that branch up, right? And it meets with Grayson. It meets with 2 or 3 other people who then meet with 8 or 9 other people that you can recognize instantly as other DG agents from G-Cell, followed by other DG agents, right, from, from F-Cell, from blah, blah, blah. But it flows further. It starts to flow really fast, and it's hard to pick up the pictures. But pictures flash on this family tree, black and white photos, and you instantly know that there is a Kistiakowski, and I'll send that in the chat. How about that? And then an Emilio Segre that pop out, and these are like, black and white photos, but they're black and white photos of like dudes in the 50s maybe, right? So their pants are like real high and they're wearing like a button-up shirt and stuff. And then it flashes forward to pictures in the 1920s, black and white photos, right? And so those roots or those branches coalesce into the next branch, and you recognize the names stop really meaning anything, but you see the pictures of 1920s guys, and then it goes further back and you see the pictures of 1800 settlers, right? Like these guys who look like maybe Pinkerton men. And then it flashes even further back and you see people in knights in shining armor riding fucking horses, like Knights Templar armor. And it just flashes back and back to these organizations that are, that are part of history, as if like all of this is one giant lineage throughout a tree. And the connection between the tree is Bodis itself.
What's the D20 for?
The D20 is how much you're going to add to your human.
Oh, fuck. Cool.
Yeah, I was going to put a chance to see how much human you got from that. But
I didn't know that that's what I was rolling for.
So this, though, is the 2 things I want to highlight with this is that it can provide you, Bodis can provide you with a lot of knowledge, and Bodis can like fundamentally change things. But that's your free version, right? That's the freeware Bodis. You didn't give anything up, and you fundamentally know that the contract hasn't been signed yet, but it's kind of floating there as if you wanted to sign it.
I think Fruman is thinking real hard about double dipping.
Sure, that's going to be. But I think what we're going to do with that, though, is that you're going to have more time to think about that because of what Jimmy did. But go ahead. Tell me what you want to do, and then.
So my thought is, as he's like kind of like wanting to double dip, do I need to roll a sanity to sort of like get, or like roll something to sort of like break him one way or the other? Because like I am right on the cusp of a breaking point.
Yeah.
And so I feel like a breaking point could force Fruman in one direction or not. And so like, I don't know what you want to do with this. So like, I don't really care.
I think you're going to be forced out of this, quite honestly, by what
dope.
Jimmy
Okay.
did. That's kind of actually how I saw this going.
Cool.
And so I think after you see this tree, actually what I'm imagining is this tree has like grown out of the body of Egbert, and you have like seen all of these. So this tree growing out is these pictures that are popping up, and you're understanding who they are. As that all happens and you're staring there sitting from your chair, there is like a rent, a crack in the tree that extends towards all of reality. It cracks open, and all of a sudden you're standing in front of this ivory white thing holding its hand. And then I'm going to bring Aubrey back, and I'm going to describe what happens, because that's going to happen again. And then I'm going to do stuff with Jimmy, and then you guys are all going to be back together.
Hell yeah. This has been fantastic.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I also need to figure out a way to show my human to FP and Fredrickson.
33406310.
Okay. So
Uh-huh.
what Fredrickson sees is Fruman let go of your hand.
Uh-huh.
Fruman squeezes your hand like lovingly and then drops it. Like it's like with the 2 pump, like
Yeah.
I know you're here,
I'm still
Okay.
here.
Yep.
Hand drops, extension out, as if they're going to shake hands. The thing mirrors it, and you see Fruman's small hand and its large hand clasp for a second.
Okay.
Second goes by. The earthquaking comes up to an extreme.
Mhm.
So it's like it goes from like to like as like all of the shaking intensifies and the cracks in the wall break up. There is like white light shining through these cracks in the walls until the whole thing starts disintegrating around you. Your guys' stomachs drop. And the last thing you both hear is,
Come visit me again. You know how.
and then pop. I'm going to have both of you guys go away, and
Okay.
I'm going to do the thing with Jimmy, and then we'll come back together for the end of everything. So,
Yay! All right.
Aubrey, will you give me a beer though, please? The spruce tip.
33406310.
So we left off with you coming to Glenn's house, right?
Yeah, and the thing that I said, I hated that. I was trying way too hard. I think it probably FP like knocks on the door, Glenn opens it, and he either just says some line from The Mask, smoking, somebody stop me, or he's just like, I need your help, and just
You
shoves
didn't-
his
you
way in
didn't
the
like-
door.
I loved it. I thought it was hilarious.
We need to get ahead.
Yeah,
No,
I
it
fucking
sucks
love it.
ass.
Okay, whatever.
But whatever.
That's so funny to me that you didn't like that because I fucking loved it.
Oh, really? I felt like it was reaching.
It's
but
super lame.
that's all right.
That's fine though. I fucking
It is.
loved it. Like that's good though.
Okay.
Like lame shit's
Fair
good.
enough.
So I do sometimes
Fine.
get like cringy when I do stuff. I'm like, oh my god, what bag did you put it in?
If I remember right, like, didn't Fruman have some kind of like kind of mail carrier satchel
Yeah, it was
thing
like
that
a
he was
satchel
keeping
thing.
all those papers, or it might have even been
Was it like a
Harrow
cool
the
bag?
Third's bag that had all the tapes in it.
That's what it was. It was
one of
it was
those
all
two.
the
Yeah.
tapes. So you have this
Yeah.
bag that was filled with tapes that you've now put Harrow's decapitated head in.
Yeah, along with his tapes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think Glenn's like,
come on in. Huh.
as you show him the
Yeah. Don't touch that. Don't touch it.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't. That thing looks really messed up, huh?
Well, yeah, and do you remember my friends?
Oh, yeah.
They touched it and then they vanished.
Oh, that's surprising. Like just into nowhere, or
Yeah,
they touched his
very-
head, or what they touch?
I think I was standing a little bit away, but I think they tried to grab the mask, specifically that wooden mask that's on his face. You ever see Back to the Future?
Oh yeah,
Where
love it.
Marty keeps pulling out the picture and his family's like disappearing?
Oh yeah.
That, but
Oh.
in real life and all at once.
Holy
It wasn't like
shit.
Marty lost his arm while he was trying to play Johnny Be Good. It was
Oh.
like they just disappeared.
Oh, trying to
So-
be bad. Well, come on in. Bertram, Steve.
Okay.
and you see Bertram and
What's up,
Steve.
boys? In the air tonight. Yep, got it.
They both give you a little 2-finger wave.
Sweet.
Why don't you come on in? Take a pillow. Let's talk. How can I help you with this? It sounds like they went into this thing. Is that right?
I guess I assumed that. They went somewhere.
Huh.
Could have been into this thing. Could have been somewhere else. They were gone,
Oh,
and I assume they're stuck somewhere, and we need to get them back.
I see. It sounds like they're like maybe locked in there or something. Like it seems like they're in there. They're stuck. Okay. Can you give me 2 seconds?
Yeah, sure.
He gets up, walks back to one of his rooms. The room is just like Salzer's room of
Yeah,
journal articles, books
Mhm.
everywhere.
yeah. Just like a mass.
of just
you're
like
this looks like
knowledge.
a hoarder's office.
It's a hoarder's
but
office.
he knows exactly
Yeah.
where to go.
And you see-
there is some
exactly.
system to the madness.
He fucking walks over to one area and like is like scanning down. He's like,
Oh no.
walks over to the next area and is like, oh,
There we go.
and he pulls something out, what looks like a tiny little journal,
Oh, huh.
and like flipping through it. You see him pull out a big vinyl record, and he comes back with this vinyl record, and it looks really old. He sits down and puts things down down, and he's like,
Oh, Bertram, can you grab the suturing kit? No, not the one for the bodies, the other one, the one for reality.
and then he waves Bertram over. He puts down in front of you a journal that looks like old, like weathered paper, probably 50 to 100 years old, somewhere in there. And then next to it is a record. The record is Olin Wade and the Hollow Kings. It's their hit single, The Door. And Bertram gets up from his opium den little couch thing, stands up, and starts rifling through one of the other places. And when he opens that up, you can see there's a bunch of bullshit in there too. There's like shrunken heads. There's like a fake skeleton of a Neanderthal or something. Like just like that's like the rarities room that he has, like circus rarity bullshit. And he starts rummaging, and you can hear him, and he's like,
Okay, so a couple years ago, I talked with a professor of voodoo in New Orleans. He showed me a way to open any locked doors, any of them. He said that...
God fucking damn it. I'm doing the Glenn voice too hard.
He said that all I have to do is play this track backwards and do this ritual, which I'll show you, and it can open anything up.
And then he takes the record and he hands the record to you.
Okay. Okay. Give me a minute, because I'm not used to these things happening.
Oh, sure. This is confusing stuff. I mean,
the real world.
Yeah, right. What is the real world, right?
I'm asking myself that more and more all the time, man.
Yes, that's the LSD. Sorry. Do you want any tea? I can get you a little tea. I dosed it.
I'll take a little more in my flask. I think I got some business to take care of at the moment.
Oh,
but,
do you mind if I'm gonna take a little bit of tea.
Flask is good. Put it in the flask. I'll save it for later.
Okay, he walks over. You hear Bertram rummaging. He walks over, and he starts putting tea in your flask.
So here's the deal. I could probably do something to unlock this and maybe get your friends out if you'd like.
You mean unlock the mask?
Yeah. This thing, it can unlock doors, it can unlock locks, it can unlock masks. I mean, it's really more like the abstract idea of a lock, less about the lock itself.
Sure, I get it. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's like you do your thing, and then the mask, the mouth of the mask opens up into like a giant door, some kind of weird ass.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
That could be pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I guess one, this is super weird, and two, I wasn't expecting it to be this easy. Is it going to be this easy?
Oh, probably not. But hey, we got to experiment, right, brother?
Yeah, I'm used to making things work in a pinch. Have you done this before?
Steve, have we done this before?
And you hear Steve go, yeah, sounds like one of them breakfast jobs. You know what I'm talking about. Put the salt on it, warm the needle, put it all in. Yeah, probably.
Can I do a human on Steve?
Yes.
Okay. It's a 24. It's a pass. All I'm looking for is like, do I get a sense that in his garbled whatever language, Steve is kind of, it's like whenever you talk to some patients and they say some garbled stuff and you're like, I don't exactly know what you're... As an example, I was talking with one of my schedulers this week, and she was talking to a patient about trying to get him to do something. And what the patient said was, it's your cow. I'll milk it any way you like.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. I don't know exactly what that means in like a parsing it out word by word
but
sense.
I think overall, you're saying you're okay with things. Yes.
Is that the feel I'm getting from Steve?
Yes. So remember, Steve is in a janitor's kind of jumpsuit. It's got his name Steve on the side, or like a mechanic's jumpsuit. He was laying down. The sense you get with a successful human is that Steve feels pretty good that him and Bertram and Glenn have done a ritual before like this and maybe unlocked a door with it.
Okay. So I think FP sees that and he's like, kind of, there's a phrase for like like beginner's luck, or like God protects drunks, or whatever that phrase is. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, okay, somehow through your addled whatever, I trust the machinery of your brain to work this out.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate that quite a bit.
Okay.
You know-
But hold on.
Yep.
Hold on. There's multiple layers to this.
Like,
Give me a minute. I need to make a phone call.
Okay.
And FP, do we have cell phones? I can't remember.
Yeah, we decided you did because you guys called Egbert with a cell phone. I don't know if that really is real
Okay.
or not. Because
Yeah.
I was a
So
baby
I,
then in 1998.
I mean, there were cell phones in 98.
Thank you.
There were like 3 kids in my high school class of 115 people. So it was like, 2 to 3%. But if kids in high school have cell phones,
Then
hell
we
yeah.
do.
Like,
Yep.
yeah. So anyway, I want to call Egbert up.
Okay.
Bring.
Yeah, Egbert.
Hey, you're calling yourself that now, huh?
No, I'm saying this is Egbert.
God damn it. I've said Egbert. I've said Egbert so many times. Start
Do
that
you-
over. Wait, what is it? Egbert? No, it's Egbert. Good
Egbert.
God, I'm going to write that down. I've said Egbert so many times.
Yeah, Egbert.
Hey, it's Pliskin.
Uh-huh.
I think I neutralized the vector,
Oh,
or whatever the fuck you call it.
good news. Okay.
Fruman and Fredrickson are dead.
Dead. Oh, excuse me?
Yeah, they died.
What?
I think I can get them back.
Oh, okay.
Also, there's a guy I've got a guy here who I think you might know. His name's Matthew Harrow II.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, I've got him here. He can't really talk at the moment.
Uh-huh.
But I get the impression that maybe you had some connection with this or him.
Right. We were agents together. I didn't realize at the time you were talking about Grayson.
Oh, I didn't know that was his first name.
That was just his agent name.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense because he couldn't be Harrow II if his name wasn't actually Harrow. That's how the second works. Got it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think he can help me get Fruman and Fredrickson back.
Oh,
But I might need, like, is there anything you can tell me about your past with him that might help
Sure.
in some way?
Yeah. We know each other as well as any agent can know another agent. He seemed like a good enough guy, I guess.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy.
Well, what specifically would help?
So there's a guy here, is a guy named Glenn who's gonna help us get, with the help of Dr. Harrow, I think, maybe, or Matt, whatever. I think he's a doctor. Anyway, me and Glenn and Harrow are going to get Fruman and Fredrickson back.
And when you say back, you mean bring back to life, or what's the deal with that? I probably wouldn't recommend necromancy at this point.
Well, I don't know. I'm new to this, and you didn't really brief me on anything. So
yeah,
I guess if there's some kind of agency guidelines you want to throw down.
Generally, that which dies should stay dead.
You sure?
That's the game, brother.
I thought this was like part and parcel of the whole thing.
No, the game is to take things that should be dead, make them dead, and keep them dead. I'm sorry about your friends, though.
Yeah. Do you have any advice about that? Like, what happens?
I guess
now?
cell leadership has transferred to you. Congratulations. You're gonna need to recruit some new members. I can help with that.
Okay. Do you have like a number I should call for that?
No number, but there are some friendlies in Albuquerque we've talked about. They can at least help out for a while.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah. Can you give me their contact info?
Sure.
And their skills? Do you have like a stat sheet?
Of course, I have a lot of their stat sheets stored somewhere here.
That seems dangerous. You should keep that in your head.
Yeah, you could say this whole thing's in my head. Shit, though, they are dead. That's a bit of a loss for the boys, huh?
Yeah. I get the sense they'd been here for a while.
Yeah, quite a while. But the vector is contained, or where are we with that?
Well, so far as I can tell, the Vector was a mask that Harrow was wearing. The Harrow that you know.
Yeah, the mask.
Um,
I think I was a part in recovering that.
Oh. Do you know anything about it?
Not particularly. We weren't point on that one and got asked to support. Town went crazy. Cultists worshipping an artifact down in a mine. We went down there, grabbed it, collapsed the whole thing.
Mine's where?
West
which
Virginia.
mine? Okay. What happened to the mask? You didn't, like, lock it up, or...
Well, that's really kind of a G-Cell Gregory thing.
Okay, but you guys don't, like, keep track of your inventory?
No. It's not as centralized as it used to be. I don't really have the administrative ability to do that. I'm sure G-Cell took it and put it wherever their green box is.
Okay. So this is kind of like do you know anything about me? Like, if we talked, do you know my history, where I come from?
I know you passed muster.
Yeah, I work in sales, I guess you could say. And generally, if we lose track of inventory, that's a bad thing.
Sure.
You don't seem to... Okay, all right. You don't really seem to care that your inventory is missing, I guess. That seems counterproductive to your whole deal. I mean, I'm not... I don't know you, so I'm new to this. Maybe you guys have a system and I just haven't learned it yet, because... anyway, also, hey, FYI, Fruman and Fredrickson are dead. I just wanted to see how you'd respond to that. I'm sorry. It was kind of a drop the bad news first kind of a thing. But they did disappear when they touched the mask that Harrow had. And this guy's going to help me get him back with some kind of vinyl. Anyway, I'm going to rebuild my cell that way. I do have the vector contained, I think.
Don't. But you have the vector?
If the vector is... Well, let me ask you this. So, could the mask be the vector, or at least the needle by which... Okay, well then we've got it. I've got the mask right here. Harrow's wearing it as we speak.
Keep it safe. I need you to take it to your green box.
Yeah, and I think when we get back there, I'm probably going to do a more thorough inventory, because I like to know what kind of product I have on hand. Can't really manage my product if I don't know what I've got.
Very reasonable. Be careful.
Yeah, I get the sense that this is one of those, like, when you see a white powder on a mirror, don't snort it, because what you think is cocaine might be heroin kind of a deal. So,
sure. Try not to snort any of these things.
Yeah, I mean, that was a metaphor, but, okay. I'm still not sure we're friends, but at least you've been helpful. Maybe I'll see you around sometime. Hey, I'm kind of warming up to this whole fake Pliskin thing. If I moved up, think about a version of Snake Plissken that could start with an E. Eat Pliskin? Eat snake? I don't know.
Click.
Snake eater? Oh, no, that starts with S. Never mind. Yeah, all right, fair enough. Okay, well, I think I got some information out of that guy.
Oh, yeah. That was interesting. I only heard half of that conversation.
Glenn, I think this is going to be a good day.
Yeah, I think so, too. I'm real interested in trying this ritual.
How do we play this record?
So, here's the deal.
Is this going to drive me crazy?
Oh, no, I listened to it a couple times. It's pretty good. It's a weird kind of like, how do I put it? Kind of like a bluesy, saxophone-y thing. There's no real...
Just like a Robert Johnson, like Crossroads kind of deal?
I guess you could probably say something like that. Alan Wade was a saxophonist back in the day. People always said he didn't breathe when he played. And that was what really got people all up in arms.
Yeah, circular breathing. Chumps don't know about circular breathing.
Like Colin Stetson. Have you listened to Colin Stetson? You need to listen to him. I'll send you a link.
I was a band nerd.
That's all I know. He's a circular breathing saxophonist that does like Lovecraftian music. So it's phenomenal.
What? Okay, this is the most important note that I'm writing in my pad of today. Colin Robinson?
Yes, correct. Colin Robinson. Colin Stetson, highly recommend. I listen to him constantly. He wrote an album about his dad dying a couple of years ago. Phenomenal. It's all musical stuff.
Sweet. So... right, so here's the deal. This is the only pressing of this specifically that's in existence from what I've heard. The first time they ever played it across all the airwaves in Albuquerque, every single car door on Route 66 swung open all at once. Because it was just emanating.
And they played it off of this record?
Yeah.
Has anyone ever tried to, like, play a recording of it?
Yeah, I mean, I play it all the time. Those doors don't open up. I think something else was going on at that radio station, but, Said there were 100 accidents, people just falling out of their cars. I do not believe any of that, but it's pretty cool.
But you played this record specifically, and it worked?
No, Bertram, did this work?
Is it? Yes, yeah. This has just worked very well. The door opened that we need to open. Yeah, it worked very well.
All right, fuck it. Let's roll.
All right. So before we start, there's 3 things we need to talk about.
Okay. I hold up a hand to help with a mnemonic device.
Maybe you're familiar with the Kybalion, but there are 3 principles within the Kybalion. A, the principle of correspondence. As above, so below. Reality echoes itself. B, the principle of duality. Everything has poles, pairs, or opposites. And third, cause and effect. Nothing just happens. Every miracle is a law with its name scratched off.
As he's saying that, Bertram has brought over and it's like, yeah, this is what you need, right? Okay. And then hands him this silver tray. It's got on it. I was really proud of all of this stuff I just made up with this the other day.
Yeah, it's good.
Let me find what it is, though.
FP sits there and he's like, I'm not going to argue, but he thinks to himself, points 1 and 2 seem like the same thing. As above, so below, but a duality. Is the duality not above and below? I don't... Whatever, let's just fucking roll.
The silver tray has an old medical bag from the 1800s in it. Inside is a deep red candle with it looks like it's been burned and then like burned down to the wax has been like down to liquid and then molded back together to look like a bunch of hardened arteries. So it's like this tubular candle with all these like artery kind of trees with it. He pulls that out, puts it down. He pulls out a fist-sized chunk of yellow suet.
Okay, above and below, great. There's candle wax and suet wax. All right,
and it's in waxed butcher paper. A cheap plastic needle that still bears the Rite Aid sticker on it, and then a tiny
needle like a sewing needle. Okay,
and then that also has white, thin white. Not wire, thin white. What is it called? What do you sew with? My God.
String.
So it has thin white thread along with it in a spool. And then finally a tiny bottle of fine white powder. He opens up the tiny bottle. It's a little tincture of fine white powder. The minute that he opens it up, the room smells like an alpine forest. And he takes one quick off that, puts the capper back on the tincture.
Is that a popper? You taking like nitrates here?
Oh, I don't know. It's just what the guy said I had to do that I talked to. He said, you do these things in this order. You talk about the Kybalion. You play the record. It all works out.
And then he lights the candle, the red candle, and he passes as it starts to melt down, this kind of like veinous tree of a red candle. It melts down to red oil, and he is dipping the thread in it to turn it red. Then he takes the thread.
Can I help? You want to teach me how to do this, Glenn?
Oh, yeah. So here's the deal. What you got to do is you got to light this. You got to let all of that wax kind of burn off and then dip the thread in there.
Okay.
After that, what we're going to do.
Like this? Am I doing it?
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
What we're going to do is we're going to stitch 2 separate markings on the suet, right?
Okay.
And then on the head of Harrow. Okay, so give me that head.
Okay, all right. Be careful with the mask, and I like take the head out of the bag.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't want to touch that. Oh.
Yeah. Do you have? All right. You probably don't have gloves, do you?
Oh,
fuck it. Okay.
Bertram, get some Ziploc bags.
Okay.
Ziploc bags, sir. And he brings them over.
I imagine he like kind of holds them up with like the opening down, and I'm like, okay. And from underneath, I just stick my hands up into the plastic bags like they're oven mitts. And then I grab Harrow's hair with one hand, and then I kind of like, fuck, okay. And then I put my fingers in like the trachea of the neck, and I'm holding it like a head on like a spit roast.
Steve, can you hit it?
Yeah. Here you go. And you hear that whoop, 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 as the record starts playing. An atonal saxophone is played over like a swampy blues beat. There is no discernible time signature key whatsoever as this kind of drones on. And then you see Glenn thread the needle through the suet and make what looks like a spiraling asymmetrical glyph on the suet. He cuts the wax-lined thread and then starts sewing on the skin of the forehead of Harrow's severed head. At that point, he slices open the suet block, and then he says,
Now we gotta align the correspondence, the music, the flesh, the fat, resonance between these objects. We force a duality seal here and open here.
and then he cuts the wire or the thread that was in the suet. There is a split second where everybody freezes. The record seems to reverse as if it's being slowed down by a hand. There is a ripple that emanates from this old phonograph. The needle feels like it's humming. Everyone's head hurts for a second. And then two things happen at once. First, all of a sudden, Harrow's head no longer has the mask on it. And instead, it is sitting encased in the block of suet.
I guess I need to like pull my hands away at some point. I imagine I don't know, do I look down and it's just not on my hands anymore?
Yes, absolutely. You look down and the head is still there. The mask is gone from the head and it's now in this block of suet that Glenn had cut open. And it looks like that red wire that red thread had re-sewn itself up. So it's like the mask had quickly jumped into the hole in the suet he had made, and then it sewed itself up with that red thread.
Mm-hmm.
The suet has turned darker gray black, and then it's just sitting in there.
Yeah. So it's using the flesh of the suet as something to latch onto with the red thread as opposed to Harrow's head.
Correct.
Got it.
As if it's held in there by the red thread. The second thing that happens is as this it's like a atonal saxophone bleat is going out and you guys are all frozen and you can almost see the airwaves shimmering from this saxophone's noise, right? There is a split second and standing in front of you are your two compatriots, Fruman and Fredrickson.
Can I quickly do FP's done his fair share of drugs. Can he do like I don't know like a perception or like a power roll or something to be like, I'm not on drugs right now, but can I like glean anything from what's happening? Like,
yes.
Glenn talking about like this is an LSD thing and it's like a mix of reality and not. And I don't even know what I want to do, but I think FP is just like thinking about all the past like trips he's had, times he's like, you know, been way too high or whatever. And he's like, I guess that sort of thing where you're like, I'm just gonna be still in my own mind and kind of like let reality wash into me and see if I can make any sense of what's happening.
Yeah, what I would like you to do is roll me a luck roll.
Okay. What do I have? Okay. 17 on a 53.
So what I would say is that in that moment, actually, you are watching the air shimmer with the sound waves of an atonal saxophone.
Okay.
And there is a second where what you realize is that whatever is happening in front of you with Glenn is fundamentally different than the mask, than any of the things that you had dealt with Harrow, in that this feels like a human thing. This is the most human thing of human things. This is a ritual that has a bunch of symbolism that is deeply rooted in human psychology and deeply rooted in human biology.
It's like in movies when, in a lot of like fantasy and video games and stuff, it's like there's magic and there's like druids and shit and whatever, but like necromancers,
Yep.
Bad medicine.
Yep.
And I'm like, this is like the human side of that coin. This is the okay side of that coin.
Yeah, this is like the folk magic version of things.
Sure.
It may be tapping into like similar things, but this is folklore made manifest by the combined wills of 4 magicians in a room.
Plus a bomb-ass musician.
Plus a bomb-ass musician from a long time ago.
All right, sick. Can I try to memorize this spell and also ask Glenn if I can keep the record or borrow it?
You hear Glenn.
Well, that didn't go exactly how I planned, but I think she's pretty quiet now, as long as we don't wake her up. And he like
Pats the suet.
Yeah, well, planned or not, it looks to have worked, and I just kind of gesture at Fruman and Fredrickson there in front of me.
Yep, and then they'll all come back. I'm gonna go grab Aubrey real quick.
633. Code mirror 63810.
Okay, so what happens is everybody almost awakens from a dream to the sound of ringing in their ears. What Fredrickson and Fruman see when they kind of open their eyes after that white light is that they're standing in Glenn's apartment, sitting, I think, on the ground in the amongst the pillows. We see FP and Glenn. You see Steve, one of his helper friends, who is he's wearing the janitor jumpsuit. He's messing with a phonograph with a record. And then Bertram, the one with the suit on with the multicolored glasses, is off in another room kind of rummaging through stuff. In the middle of the floor, we see what? The head of Matthew Harrow II, decapitated.
Roughly.
Very
The fuck?
roughly.
All right, not where I saw that going. Love it.
The mask is off.
Cool, I guess.
Okay.
There is a maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 fist size chunk of suet. And inside that is the mask.
Wait,
And
what's your definition of suet?
Yeah.
like the fat and like
Yeah.
organ meat fat.
Like from a cow
From like a cow. Yeah.
or sheep.
But
Okay.
Like rendered like tallow kind of stuff.
No, suet is like
I'm assuming.
suet is like it looks almost like honeycombish,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Wait, and so
I think.
why is that like extricating itself from a face onto a mask?
Good question. Maybe we can answer it one day.
Is
So
that-
there
Is
is.
that the first thing that Fruman says? Probably.
Well, hold on. Let me describe before you
Fruman's
start
like,
interrupting me.
The fuck? Like, there's a bunch of kidney
Hold
fat
on.
around this mask.
Hold on. There is the head of Matthew Harrow. On his forehead is stitched with red thread, a weird spiraling pattern. There is a chunk of suet the size of 2 fists that now contains the mask itself. It looks like it had been maybe sliced open at some point, but stitched back up with the same red thread. And Glenn is sitting there with a large candle, red candle, that he's lit and has melted down. And the candle has these like weird artery. It's like shaped like somebody tried to make the arterial branch of something. It's like all these twisting trees or limbs.
ICA going up into the like.
Yeah, that's
whatever.
right. That's exactly right. It's like ICA going up into the brain kind of thing. And there is an atonal blues jazz song from the 1930s blaring from the phonogram. You guys come to, and what you get here is,
Oh, well, that didn't go exactly how I planned, but I think she's pretty quiet now, as long as you don't wake her up.
and he's patting the suet.
And FP kind of says, he kind of gestures at you guys and says, "It seems like it worked to me. You guys hungry? Want to go to Burger King?"
Fredrickson just goes, "Who's she?"
I'm guessing he means the mask. I don't know. I still don't quite understand this guy. Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
Fruman is walking around at this point, touching everything. to see like, when I touch things, does my mind get clearer? Like I'm
I think I watch you for a minute and I walk over and I'm kind of like, do you need like a Ray Charles? Like, I kind of like push your hands towards my face. I'm like, I'm here, dude. This is all. I mean, I guess that's what I would say if I was whatever. But
So the
Glenn
I
gets
think
up and
I-
starts making tea.
sorry. So the
I think
there's-
Fruman actually hugs you.
and I say, oh,
Like, I think that he's
Hi.
so fucking freaked out that, like, to realize that, like, okay, none of my surroundings, like, actually impact me. And it was like, this dumbass. And it was like, you're here. You're real. I am so happy.
and I say, hey, nerd, welcome back to the real world. And then I give you a hug.
Frederick. So there's the head is in the middle of the room.
Yeah,
and
it's like on a
separately,
silver platter in the middle of them sitting on the pillows, like they had just done all of this stuff
and the mask is separate in this
block of
suet.
suet
Okay,
that now looks a little grayed.
sure. Okay,
There's also Harrow's bag with that he had his cicada stuff in. That's sitting next to FP. and it looks like it doesn't have very many of the tapes left in it, but it's definitely covered in blood.
FP, what the absolute fuck? Fruman pulls back from the hug and is just like looking over at the mask, this fucking weird kidney fat.
You guys know what time it is?
Game time. Hoof.
It's time for a gripple
Yeah,
from everyone involved.
Yeah.
That's fair. Oh, it's not bad.
Oh yeah, I fail. I mean, 64 on a 40.
Ooh.
Normal.
I actually
fail.
passed. That's a 51 on a 61.
Glenn passes with flying colors.
Yeah,
so
of course he does.
he critically succeeds 11. So
Yeah, that
Glenn's
tracks.
making tea for you guys and maybe stirring in a little bit of LSD for himself. So I guess that's fine. All right. What is
I
it?
passed.
Passed?
Fail. Normal fail.
Okay. Here's what I would like to do is if you pass, I think we are going to roll a 1d6 for all the stuff that happened. I think if you fail, I would like you to roll 1d6 and add 2 to it. What I don't,
I rolled a 1, so I only lose 3.
Okay, 3,
But unfortunately, I've hit a breaking point.
I have also hit a breaking point.
2, and 1. Oh my God, you guys did really well. I was really nervous about this. Excellent. Okay, but we hit some breaking points.
Yes, I hit a breaking point.
But breaking points allow us to roll on the 1d100 table.
My grip is only 37 at this point.
Yeah, I think
Started at 75. I've really...
God, you've really fucking come down.
Yeah, I've gone in...
You know what? I think we forgot to do my actual sand loss. I rolled sand for when I did the thing with the head, and I don't remember if I passed or failed.
Okay.
But I didn't actually roll my loss.
Oh,
I think Shit, did I bet? Well, let me see if I wrote that down. I hit a break point. I know that because I wrote down that I needed to roll on the tables.
cool. Why don't we, everybody roll on the table? Everybody give me a 3 1d100. Let's go through it, and that'll be the end of things, and then we can pick up from there. Does that sound good to everybody? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we can do whatever. I don't care. But that was...
I mean, I'm okay to do a quick
I say, can we do like a 15 minutes of like,
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What the
absolutely,
fuck
absolutely,
happened?
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
and then
Sounds
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
and then
I agree.
let's do the 1d100s.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you want to... Okay, that sounds good. All right.
So, Frederickson's like, how did we end up back here? Where did we, Furman, no, not Furman, FP, did you see us reappear? Where did we come from?
as you say that before FP answers, Fruman hugs you.
Me?
Yep.
I do like because are we like the same height? Or are you taller than me?
Yeah, Fruman's super tall. Like he's like
Okay.
6'6" and 120 pounds.
So I imagine he kind of like
skeleton.
leans over, hugs, and I just do like the back of the head pat dad thing. I'm like kind of pet the back of your hair a little bit. I'm like, there.
I think as both of you recently hugged Fruman, you actually felt like he cared about you for the first time ever.
I think I should have some sand gained back from that.
Oh yeah, we're doing that. You guys are getting sand back for some of this experience. We're still gonna hit your breaking points.
Yeah. Oh,
so-
sure. Yeah.
But like both of you actually feel like this is the first time ever that like you feel like
Yeah.
Fruman saw you
I-
and like actually interacted with you.
I think that's the reason that FP he sort of sensed like, oh, this is a genuine thing, and that's why he called you the insult from the start of the show, because he's like, oh, okay, we've passed this point. Hey, nerd, what do I do? Kind of a thing.
But yes, sorry, Arby. Please
No,
keep
that's
going.
okay.
But like,
I think like I'm like doing this sort of pat the back of the head. I'm like, yep, we're here. We're good. FP, how did this look to you for us coming back? Where
Yeah,
did we come from?
I can just give you a quick debrief if you want, and maybe I'll clear it up. So we were down in the tuna can, right under the lake. You guys touched the mask and disappeared. I thought it's probably a bad idea to touch the mask, the goo monster, the amalgam of students was knocked out from the crickets. I gotta admit, I kind of lost it there a little bit.
You hear me under my breath go, cicadas. They're cicadas.
Yeah, whatever.
Because
the squeaky bugs.
Fruman's still hugging me, so I have to correct you on his.
I imagine that we're probably having this conversation with you, like kind of looking over his shoulder, and I'm kind of like craning to match you.
They're cicadas. I'll correct him. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah. So at any rate, I checked the talk boy, made sure the batteries are good, made sure the tape was reset. So that thing, I think, might still be down there, asleep. I thought you disappeared into the mask. I don't know why I thought you went into it. I mean, you could have gone anywhere, but I don't know. You touch the mask, you go into the mask. I don't know how this works. At any rate, for some reason, I thought I need to bring this mask, but I didn't want to touch it, right? Because you guys touched it and you disappeared. How do you bring a mask that you can't touch? Well, let's just say if you can't touch the lamp that's setting on the table, you bring the table?
Sure.
Sick.
So you
there were some bolt cutters, and so I got the head with the bolt cutters.
And I think as FP is saying that, Fredrickson is like so proud of him for putting that together. He like gently moves Fruman and just does like the hand clap back pat hug.
I think FP is thoroughly simpatico with we don't need to hug. I'm comfortable enough with hugs that I'm comfortable with not hugging.
Yeah,
if
it's
that
like
makes
the
sense.
total very quick back pat hug, and I'm like, good thinking, man.
It's like the Carl Weathers Schwarzenegger slap, but then also back pats with it.
And I'm like, do we still have that list?
Yeah.
The good ideas, bad ideas
we
list?
got rid of the list. We don't. Okay, sure, whatever. You guys can.
I'm
keep
like,
the
for
list.
old
I'm done
time's
with the
sake.
list. Okay, all right, yeah. You know what? Once we get back to Albuquerque, how about I just get like a chalkboard with good idea, bad idea tattooed on my shoulder, and we just do it that way, burned into the flesh.
I'm like, you don't have to do that. It's okay. Anyway, continue.
I like it. Anyway, all right, yeah. So I got my shit together. Like, got to take care of business at the end of the day. Even if I don't want to kill people, I have to kill. Never mind. That's the thing.
Well, he was already dead.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
No, it's a past. I'm a drug dealer. You know this. I've done bad things. I put on my drug dealer face and I did the things I had to do. At any rate,
today?
I don't know what time it is. No, that's like a long time. My point is, I can take care of shit if I need to take care of shit, and this was a taking care of shit situation. So anyway, I drugged up Harrow again.
Trey.
Shit, there's too many Harrows. Harrow 3.
Yeah.
I kind of dosed him. He's still tied up down just underneath the burned up mansion where we went underground, so he might still be there if we're lucky. I don't know. I couldn't drag him out, so I just left him there tied up and drugged. And then I came back to Glenn's because I didn't know who else could help.
10 out of 10.
No notes.
Like, I'm just gonna fucking leave.
I couldn't get him out of the hole. What am I supposed to do? I'm scrappy. Like, I can get by in a twist, but I can't drag a full-grown man up 20 rungs of a ladder into a sewer. I did think about tying the rope to the back of the rodeo and then dragging him up that way, but I thought if he gets caught on the lip of the thing, that'll just dissect him in half. Bisect? I didn't want to have a top and a bottom Harrow Trey torso situation, so I just left him. This is not the point.
Actually looks at Fredrickson at this point and is like, I don't. Good idea, bad idea. I don't know which.
I think I
how
just
to score this.
I just hand on the shoulder of
let's
FP.
Just move past it.
I just hand on the shoulder of FP. I go, you did good, kid.
Thanks. So all that to say, I came back to Glenn's. We did this ritual. That's why there's the weird music and
and what's with the suet?
I don't know. It's some kind of proxy for human flesh. Instead of being stuck to Harrow's head, it's stuck to whatever. I made a sweet get ahead joke whenever Glenn opened the door. So there's that. The only other thing that I think is important is let me look back. I may have told Egbert that you were dead. just to try and fuck with him a little bit and get some more information. I called him because I didn't know what to do. I eventually told him you weren't dead. He didn't want me to do this.
No, God damn it. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
If you would have just
He
let him
doesn't
know that
care.
we were dead, we could have been fucking...
Okay. Well, I can call him again and
Egbert.
tell him you're dead for real. I told him that you went somewhere and I was going to get you back. I can tell him it didn't work getting you back.
Egbert doesn't care one way or the other if we're dead or alive, so let's just move past that.
I got the impression he didn't care.
No, that motherfucker's involved.
Yeah, so all that to say, basically what he told me, or what I got out of him, is that he was on the mission to get this mask originally in, Sam, you might have to edit this, Virginia? He was on the mask to get West Virginia? Yeah. So
One of the
his last
Virginias.
mission with Harrow,
Country roads,
duh.
take me home.
To a backwoods streak. What's that?
Yes!
With a mask.
With a mask.
West
Yeah.
Virginia.
Mountain Mama.
Mask Virginia.
Mask Virginia. Masky Mama.
So at any rate, apparently Egbert, was on a mission with Harrow II to get this mask, and then Harrow II was supposed to store it in a green box. That's like our thing, right? Under the trailer.
Yes.
Egbert seems to.
all of them, they're green boxes. All of the shit
Okay.
that we find, you have to hide away from everybody else.
Okay, it's like a dead drop, like green box, dead drop, but nobody comes to get stuff from the green box. It's like a storehouse.
Yeah.
Whatever.
FP, it's literally the thing behind our RV,
Under
or below
our-
our
Yeah.
RV. Like,
Got it. It's a
it's
container
that
where
thing.
you put freaky shit. All that to say,
you've
we've gotta
wandered
work on-
around down there. Like,
I
have you
know,
noticed like all the weird shit?
I have. I just didn't realize that there were a fuckload of these things all over, and the people above us have no clue what the fuck is in them.
Okay. Anyway.
I mean, you could have like nukes all over the place, and they don't know.
A butt plug murdered your friends and family. Like,
I didn't
What
realize
a-
how common these things are.
Episode
I thought
title.
This was like a one-off. Why
there's
would
like
I think that this?
thousands of butt plugs
Murdered your
Why
friends.
would I think this? Who? I
Okay.
know.
Okay.
I'm starting
okay,
to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway. So I told Egbert, we've got this. I said, you wanted us to get the vector. Is this the vector? He said yes. I think we're done.
So we
I asked him what he wanted us to do with it, and he said to just shove it in the
put
box.
it in the green box.
So,
Yeah,
like,
we'll just bring it back with us.
is that it?
Yeah.
Which
it was
part?
So the mask.
Yeah, the mask.
that's connected to the suet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Truman,
am-
remember when we were in Matthew Harrow II's mind and we were talking to the thing that vaguely looks like something from a future TV show I may watch eventually called Adventure Time that I think it looks like something called The Lich.
Oh,
When we were talking to that
FP is
thing,
like,
it just wants to be inserted into something. It doesn't have to be human. It can be anything. So it's inserted in something. That's it. Did you
yeah,
not
that's
get that
what
sense?
Glenn said.
Because that's all it wanted.
Oh, yeah. What?
We're done. Who cares? We're done. We can move on.
Glenn,
Does anyone want tea?
Glenn, what the fuck? Like, how are you involved?
Oh,
how did we get
well-
back here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
well,
right. We didn't. Where did we come
sorry,
from?
Sorry. Yeah,
I mean, FP brought
well,
the head in and I did the rituals.
yeah, we got off on the
You
Egbert
did a
thing,
motherfucking
but-
ritual?
Yeah, it fucking worked. So that's pretty fucking cool. Bertram, did you see that?
Yeah, I saw. It's very cool.
It was cool. He even showed me how to do it a little bit. I think I could do this again if we needed to. So here's the thing that's cool about this. Apparently they played this record on the local radio. So this thing opens doors. That's what it does.
The mask.
Apparently the record.
Oh,
The record, not the mask. We used the record to open a door on the mask. I don't know, some kind of like
Like a
LSD
vinyl
door.
Yeah, I
record?
don't really. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't, I
Like a
don't know if
45?
I understand all of this, but I thought I was going to like unlock a door and it really just put this thing over there. So that was pretty confusing for me.
Glenn, I think we probably need to put this in our box too.
Oh, which part? Oh, the record?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And probably
if-
you.
oh can
Mm.
I come to Albuquerque?
Sure. I like this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay, because shit seems fucked here.
Yeah, I think after doing a ritual to open a door in a face mask with suet and weird candles, I don't know that they're going to want you teaching Christian theosophy or whatever it is.
Yeah, we tried this in class and I got reported, so it didn't work.
What were you trying to open in class?
I had like a little lock and I had locked it and I lost the key and then it didn't work at all. So I was kind of surprised this worked at all, actually.
Well, yeah, but your boy said it worked, so I trusted him. Also, you said when they played this on the radio, it opened like every door, like car door within like 15 miles.
They also said Robert Johnson made a deal with the devil. That's not real. Come on.
What about
I
when
like that narrative.
What happened when the devil went down to Georgia?
Well, he was looking for a soul to steal. I don't believe in that either.
Yeah, souls are not real.
Would we have gotten that violin solo without that, though?
9. I hear Bertram say from behind you.
Anyway, we've got the vector. We could try to cover stuff up, but like you said last time, Fruman, I think trying to cover stuff up is just going to get people killed.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no, I
maybe
think
we like.
I'm like, we have the vector. We can just get out of here.
Yeah, I will say once the batteries on the Talk Boy run out, old Flesh Boy down in the cavern may get upset. But I don't know. That's Egbert's problem.
Yeah, someone will kill that eventually.
So, you guys want to pick up Burger King before we head back to Albuquerque?
Yeah, craving some chicken fries.
Can I do a take 20?
Yeah, what's up? What do you want to do?
My human on them.
On who are you trying to human?
Oh, FP and Frederickson.
Sure. What do you?
Just want to be like, do I really understand this? And like, can I say something back to them that they understand that I understood this?
I feel like this is almost like you need to do a human to express yourself, not to understand what we're saying. Because I think we thoroughly understand what you're saying, even if you don't.
Sure.
Is that how human works for like on the spectrum characters?
For neurodivergent characters?
Neurospicy characters.
That's a 27.
On a 20?
On a new 29.
Whoa!
Nice.
That's a success.
Somebody has more human.
Somebody made some friends.
Someone can express themselves.
Yeah, what do you want to happen? Done.
Oh, mostly I think that like Fruman has been so cold and not off-putting, but like
the warmth is being exuded from Fruman to some degree, or more warmth, I guess, than you've ever seen. How about that? You know what I mean? You have somebody who feels like you're more part of the group than you've ever experienced.
Yeah.
If I can impose a little bit, I think maybe FP sees Fruman start to like try to stammer this stuff out, and he just puts his hand on your shoulder. He's like, "Yeah, I know, buddy. Whatever you want to say."
No, I don't think he says anything, but like I think that the hugging everybody and then like everything else, he's like, I didn't know that everyone felt this way.
Yeah, as a being human, man. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, welcome to the club, brother. So the mask is in the thing. We're all going to go back to Albuquerque.
Yeah,
Glenn, do you need to tie up stuff here? I mean, is it weird that you just hop in our car with us and leave?
Yeah, I think Bertram and Steven, well, what happened with Harrow?
Which one?
Well, I guess all of them.
So we went into Harrow's mind, Harrow the Second's mind, when we touched the mask because it was on him. And we met him as a child. And unfortunately, we doomed that child to live in a horrific reality for the rest of time, which is something I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life. And then we...
It's a very Fredrickson way to put that.
And then we met something that is described itself as an answering machine for Bodis. And it basically told us that it made a deal with Harrow II to impart information to him in exchange for it being able to insert itself into Harrow. And then, I don't know, Fruman shook hands with it.
Oh, the rider, right. We talked about
and
that.
I don't really know what happened there, but then suddenly we were here. So, yeah.
The thing was talking into our brains.
Oh, yeah.
While you were in a brain?
Yeah. It sounds like it's brains all the way down.
Brainception, one might say.
Brainception, yeah. That'll come out eventually.
It was weird because, like, we were walking down a hallway.
Yes, it sounds very weird. You're right.
We were walking down a hallway of rooms, and we saw memories of Harrow 2, Harrow 3,
Harrow 2.
Harrow 2.
Sounds like 2 because you were, in his head.
Yes, the one who I shot
physically.
and FP decapitated.
Yeah, you guys did a number on him, huh? He's not coming back.
It seemed like a mercy killing.
We were thorough, okay?
We got to see the West Virginia mission with Egbert. And
Okay.
I fucking knew it. And I called out that motherfucker for knowing something about this, that he could get us killed, and he fucking lied.
Fruman,
That guy's such a piece of
you're
shit.
gonna have to let that go.
Yeah.
Wait,
You're probably gonna have to let
mind
that go.
Eggert lied or real Eggert lied before you went into the mind?
No.
Did you?
We had the memory of Harrow of Eggert. He
Okay.
was there, and he lied to us when he called us on the phone. Is like, that's the
Okay.
game. And you're just like,
for a second, I
okay.
thought you were like talking to memory Eggert in Harrow's mind, but that's not what you. Okay, got it. All right, continue.
And then the creature offered me knowledge, and I touched him, and he confirmed everything that I knew about Harrow, and was kind of weird because he thought that's what I wanted. It thought that's what I wanted. I don't really know. I thought it was bullshit. And I was like, I don't really understand how any of this matters. And then it gave me insight into people that I've never really understood before. And I kind of do now.
Fredrickson goes,
Yeah, you have a glow
What?
about you.
nothing.
Okay.
Just love you, buddy. I kind of smack you on the shoulder. I'm like, let's anything else?
What's with the cicadas? Did it say anything about those? What the hell is up with that? Why does it keep coming up?
No.
Okay, I mean the cicadas aren't killing people. Fuck them. It's not important.
Do we just firebomb this whole place?
Nah, I think we just leave
That
it.
seems to go against your 5 tenets of secrecy or whatever the fuck it is this agency's about.
Yeah, I think we just leave it.
I've known a lot of people who died, and within about 2 months, no one but their family really pays attention. This place is going to move on, unfortunately.
Fredrickson, can we... Side note. Have we found... what's Rick Springfield's husband's name?
Cardiff?
Have we found him?
No.
Hey, Glenn, do you have a phone book
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
or like a
You have a phone book?
university directory?
Oh, yeah, I have a directory. Steve.
Is there like a pager or a cell phone for John Cardiff?
Cardiff.
Oh, shit. Okay. Damn it. I like that guy, and I feel bad.
I think I look at Fruman and FP, and I'm like, I understand the thought of wanting to maybe find this guy or to look into other things, but we are at the point that we have now decapitated a man and have another man drugged in a tuna can under the lake. And we have this magic mask. We need to get out.
This is the same person that told me last time when I said, we're done.
But we actually are done.
How were we done?
We have the
there
vector.
are loose ends, and we have not controlled the vector because there are people who know about the vector.
But we have the vector. We didn't have the vector before.
Yeah.
We have the vector
Eggert
now.
basically told me that himself on the phone, that the mask is the vector. So as far as whatever constitutes a boss around here, the boss is satisfied.
You have a person who knows about it who potentially may not stop until they find it again.
Well, then he'll come to us.
Whichever side of FP's eye is looking at Fruman and opposite of Fredrickson, that's the eye that FP winks at Fruman with.
I'm like, we can talk about trying to find him later, but we need to get out of this town.
Oh, actually, hold on. Can I roll a human?
Yes, you
wink.
can roll.
That's a 91. Fruman does not understand the wink.
He's like, is he? He's like, he's
I
got some in his
something
eye.
in my eye, buddy. It's just all the smoke from Glenn's candles in the ritual kind of.
Oh, sorry.
It got
Yeah, I
me.
should put that out, huh?
I'm like, I would venture a guess that Cardiff is not around here. We can
Probably not.
We can look for him later if you would like. But I think that we need to get this mask out of here, into the green box, into a place that's safe, and we need to go. We've technically finished the mission. We can do our own little side quest later.
I cannot believe that you are talking to me about side quests after everything that we've been through, but I love and respect you. And okay. And then he looks at FP and is like, daggers, like,
I could find him. You guys want me to look for him while I'm packing up?
Yeah, that sounds good, Glenn. Why don't you do that?
Oh, okay. FB, you want to hang out? You want to look for him with me?
I look at Dad.
Well, technically, this part of the mission is over. So, I mean, you're free to do whatever you want. FP, when Froome and I both first started in Delta Green, we each had a mission that really let us cut our teeth in the organization, and I think this might be a great opportunity for you to do that.
Okay. Yeah, I think Glenn and I might have some business to take care of.
And Steve and Bertram.
Yep, and Steve. Yeah, Bertram. I'm interested in what Bertram's got going on. He's an interesting character.
I am here. Bertram's here.
Anyone who says I am here after doing a ritual that did whatever the fuck you just did,
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I probably have like a day or two of stuff here. If FP, you want to like come hang out, we can do drugs and fight Cardiff.
Furman, are you staying to find Cardiff, or you have a job you have to get back to? Probably, yeah.
Ferwind looks super hard, looks at FP and kind of nods, and looks at Fredrickson, kind of nods, looks at Glenn, is crunches his nose, and it's why would I? I'm going back to my lab.
Yeah. You got stuff to do. I may send in some more receipts, so good luck with that.
FP, do I have your pager number?
If you don't, and he pulls a card out of his pocket and hands it to you.
I put it in my wallet, put it in my back pocket.
Sweet. Yeah, I've still got my truck that I stole. It's parked back at the La Quinta, so I got a ride if I need it.
Hell yeah.
I'm all right, well, to the Azusa Rodeo.
The camera zooms out as the sun rises, and you see Fredrickson and Fruman walk to the Azusa Rodeo. Fruman slides the chainsaw into the door. We put the mask and the suet in a box,
Rubbermaid,
close it and clamp it and lock it.
Yeah, Glenn definitely put it in a Rubbermaid Tupperware container for you.
Yeah, we have a Tupperware container that has a pattern on it that's swans, old school,
yes,
with hearts.
I think FP walks out behind you guys with a little piece of paper, and he writes TEDx on it, and he slaps that on the lid before you guys
Love
leave.
Fruman maybe uncomfortably hugs FP. He probably actually does he does a fist bump once we close the Azusa Rodeo, the back gate. He fist bumps Fredrickson, and then Fredrickson walks to the driver's seat, and then awkwardly hugs FP, and then gets in the Azusa Rodeo.
Your awkward hug, FP's he just pulls you in tighter than you want. It's it's good, buddy. We made progress. This is mission success right here, not that other shit. And then he walks around to Fredrickson, and he's all right, well, you got my number. Beat me if you need me.
We'll be in touch.
Yep. I feel better about all this stuff. The butt plug, that might still come back to haunt me, but getting one of these under my belt feels good.
I'm glad.
Cool. We see a manila envelope slam shut on a desk, and I think rubber stamped in red, it says Prologue in Memoriarium. And I want you guys to all roll 1d100s, 3 of them for me, please. And then what I want you all to roll is 2 1d10s. So 3 1d100s and 2 1d10s.
All right. We're going to do these individually?
Let's do the 1d10s all together, and then why don't we do the 1d100s individual?
You call them whichever you want.
Okay. So everybody do the 2 1d10s and tell me what you got.
1d10s.
6 and 7.
Jimmy, add a 6 to your luck and a 7 to your grip
6,
for successfully accomplishing our prologue here.
6 and 1.
Okay? How do you want that to go between grip and luck?
6 grip for sure.
Okay, 6 grip, 1 to luck.
1-1.
Oh,
On brand.
Yeah, very on brand.
No, this is fucking bullshit.
Poor Fruman.
What does that leave everybody's grip and luck
Wait, so what am I adding those to?
at? You're
One
adding
to
1
grip
to
and one to-
luck and 1 to grip.
My
Question. Does that mean I go back above my breaking point?
Yeah, so your breaking point needs to be calculated when you broke, and that's forever that breaking point.
Okay, so
And
this
so then when you go
doesn't
back
take
up,
the
So
you
place
no.
of
actually
that?
get you get actually more room. And we're gonna, because we're splitting it up a little bit like this, we will do like a little bit of home scene, and people can choose to gain back more stuff. Wow, this is the end of the first thing that we've done.
got the vector.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. I love the ending.
Yeah, it kind of just plopped in there.
Yeah.